Dan Barr suggests that in a late-night tweet that also asks people not to defend her over the now infamous message she sent widely condemned as racist about former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett, prompting ABC to cancel her show. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Dave, she also tweeted that she was on the sleep aid drug Ambien at the time of the tweet. There's been a lot of backlash from Hollywood celebrities like Paula Newman, star of HBO's Barry. She said she supports ABC and is glad the company stood up against Barr and her comments.
We're in a very curious time right now, and it's up to all people of character to stand up and say that's not okay. And I'm glad ABC took the opportunity to say this isn't who we are, this isn't who we choose to be, and that's not okay.
Barr was also dropped from her talent agency ICM Partners, Dave.
Tanya, President Trump held a rally in Nashville last night, again bringing up what he calls Spygate.
So how do you like the fact they had people infiltrating our campaign? Can you imagine?
Democrats dispute that, and now so does Republican Congressman Trey Gowdy, who got a classified briefing last week on the FBI's Russia meddling probe.
I am even more convinced that the FBI did exactly what my fellow citizens would want them to do when they got the information they got, and that it has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
The president also again at that rally pledged to build a border wall in Mexico and pay for it.
Rapid response from the Mexican president, Enrique Peña Nieto, tweeting, President at real Donald Trump. No. Mexico will never pay for a wall. Not now, not ever. Sincerely, Mexico.
Nobles, that's Fox's Ed Henry. Noblesville West Middle School will reopen this morning in Indiana, 5 days after a shooting that wounded a 13-year-old girl and a teacher who had tackled a student gunman. A few hundred people are in shelters in McDowell County, North Carolina, after a landslide on the side of a dam at a lake, prompting evacuations after midnight. This is Fox News. Fair and balanced.
A lot of people have life insurance through work. It's a great short-term benefit, but is it enough? A lot of those policies only cover a year's salary. Not enough to pay off mortgages or send kids to college, the things life insurance is meant for. That's where SelectQuote comes in. SelectQuote is your personal life insurance guide. They get multiple quotes to find you the best price from the highly rated companies they represent. John is 36 and in excellent health. He got a $500,000 policy for under $20 a month. Life insurance is about peace of mind, not a false sense of security. Which are you getting?
Call SelectQuote now at 1-800-881-4343. That's 1-800-881-4343. Or get started at SelectQuote.com. 1-800-881-4343. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Puerto Rico is still recovering from Hurricane Maria 8 months after it hit, and now there's a new report that the storm was much, much deadlier than ever reported.
A team of researchers from Harvard say there are at least 4,600 deaths that occurred on Puerto Rico during or in the months after Hurricane Maria that are storm-related. This is a great difference from the number 64 insisted upon by the Puerto Rican officials. The researchers say they arrived at this number by surveying a sampling of homes on the island, but also realizing not all causes of death as listed on death certificates would have mentioned the hurricane as a contributing factor. Another survey by George Washington University is not yet complete. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Missouri's governor is leaving. Republican Eric Greitens has resigned effective Friday amid an extramarital affair scandal that led to a charge over an alleged photo he took of the woman.
But I have not broken any laws nor committed any offense worthy of this treatment. I will let the fairness of this process be judged by history.
Greitens was facing possible impeachment, also dealing with campaign finance violation allegations. The California man accused of numerous murders and rapes decades ago was back in court yesterday.
Joseph D'Angelo had used a wheelchair to get into court before, but Tuesday, the 72-year-old walked into court and stood quietly in a caged-off area while attorneys argued over unsealing documents in his case, specifically arrest and search warrants. Sacramento Public Defender David Lynch says they're concerned releasing the documents could taint a potential jury pool.
We have a grave concern that public disclosure will lead to unfair and inaccurate witness recollection at a trial.
The judge said he would not keep all of the warrants sealed.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal on Wall Street. Maybe a turnaround the day after a sell-off when the Dow nearly went 400 points down. Dow futures are up over 100. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News Radio.
Well, good Wednesday morning. Our news brought to you this morning by Classic Plumbing. Honest, affordable, and professional. with a 2-year warranty on all their work. Call 586-PIPE or see their page on Facebook. Online, it's classicplumbinginc.com.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. 2 westbound lanes of Windsor Road between 1st and Neal Streets were closed because of pavement failures. The News Gazette says the bad section was cut out and crews were expected to begin pouring concrete right away. Renovations are coming to Spalding Park. WCIA says starting today, all water fountains will be turned off and fences will go up around the basketball courts and baseball field. Improvements include a renovated practice baseball field, new competition baseball field, new pathway system throughout the park, and new playground structure. The work is set to be done in the spring of next year. A lawsuit has been filed against the city of Champaign and 2 police officers. WCIA says in October of last year, Alton Corey was arrested after police responded on a report of battery. His lawyers have now filed suit, alleging excessive force, false arrest, malicious prosecution, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
According to Classic Plumbing, these facts are essential for good work. Classic plumbers are experienced, qualified, and consistent. Right up front, you'll know all the work is warranted for 2 years. Their $55 diagnostic fee covers your estimate and applies to your job. Classic Plumbing promotes a culture of doing good work and hiring outstanding local people. Tim Culver's Classic Plumbing in Urbana and Mahomet get you technology with a tradition of value. Call 586-PIPE. Look them up on Facebook or online, classicplumbinginc.com.
Here's your weather brought to you by the Blossom Basket Floors. From simple to simply magnificent. 2 locations. They're at Village at the Crossing. That's Windsor and Duncan in Champaign. Cunningham and Urbana. 367-ROSE or blossombasket.com. Good morning, Diane Ducey.
Good morning, Stevie J. An 80% chance of showers in the forecast today. Otherwise, partly sunny. We've got a high 81, low 71 expected. 95 as we shoot up there tomorrow and wrap up the month of May. Down to around 70 at night. Chance of showers at 20%. Sunshine on Friday with a high 88 and over the weekend mid-80s for our highs, mid-60s for our lows. Right now, 73. ESPN 93.5.
Well, off we go to the Wednesday program. So glad you're listening on this Wednesday. It is the 30th. Feels like Tuesday. It's a short week. All of a sudden, you're at hump day. It's Wednesday. Put down your phones, people. We'll get into the tweets from Roseanne Barr. That's a head shaker. You know how many times I've typed up, never anything like that. I've typed up tweets I've never sent. You know, frustrated about a sports team or something, but never have sent them. But I've just got some thoughts on the tweeting. And Roseanne Barr, stand by for that. We'll do that about 7:20. But it's just unbelievable. But you get mad and you're spontaneous and you're making fine money and you're fine and nobody can touch you. Ladies and gentlemen, live from San Diego, our legal expert, Wendy Patrick, up bright and early at 5:08 on the West Coast. How are you?
Good stuff, Stevie. Always a pleasure to join you.
Always a pleasure to join you. So Harvey Weinstein. So he had a $1 million bond, posted $100,000. He is free, ankle bracelet, can't leave, all of those things. What is the legal look here at Harvey?
Well, I'll tell you, Harvey is, remember, the guy that sparked the Me Too movement. It was his case back last October that really was the impetus for what we hope is the end of an era, not only in Hollywood but in other industries. Finally charged with a couple of counts, but also remember, Stevie, that investigation is ongoing, both state and federally, with separate grand juries to see if there's any more charges. The difficulty really in these kinds of cases is, despite the fact that over 80 women have accused him of misconduct, most of those cases fell way outside the statute of limitations. So they're too old for prosecutors to charge. There are a couple that have now been charged. He was arraigned last Friday. There might be more. But one of the things that this represents is the difficulty of prosecuting sex crimes where delayed disclosure is far more the norm than the exception.
Well, we can understand why it's delayed. I mean, I side with the women on that. You say, well, just come forward. Well, sometimes it's just not that easy. You got a family, you got a career, you're going to be absolutely banished from the business. I mean, y'all get that. You got these pigs that are bullying women. It's essentially what it is.
Yeah, and the other thing is you have relationships with the perpetrator, as Weinstein's lawyer is alleging occurred here. That's not a defense. I mean, there's such a thing as spousal rape. The fact that you're in a relationship with the perpetrator does not excuse assaultive, non-consensual conduct. But it does raise the defense. That's what Mr. Weinstein has said all along. Yes, I have had many of these affairs, but they were all consensual. That is now going to be up to a jury. Yeah. And in order to prove the prosecutor's case, they're going to sort of take a Cosby-esque approach to gathering other women, and if the judge permits it, other women can be allowed to testify as corroborative witnesses in order to establish patterns make the predator.
Okay. And again, when you have a group and numbers that Harvey has and Bill Cosby had, those are fairly slam dunk for me. Sometimes, though, I think one of the accusers of the latest actor, Morgan Freeman. I saw one of the accusers say he looked at me funny. You're going to have more than that for me.
You need a lot more than that. Yeah. And it can't be a bad date. It has to be assaultive, non-consensual conduct that we have criminalized legislatively. Absolutely right.
Okay, one more. I saw this teacher drowning raccoons in front of the school kids.
Aww.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Sometimes they're nuisance predator kind of things, eating chickens and stuff. I couldn't do it, Wendy. I couldn't drown it. Couldn't drown a raccoon. I couldn't do it.
Most people couldn't, and if you did, you certainly wouldn't film it. But does that kind of bad judgment land this teacher in criminal liability? That is what's being analyzed. Not should he have done it, should he have filmed it, couldn't he have called animal control? They take him, they release him in the wild. All of those things he should have done. But whether or not he's going to face criminal charges depends in part on his intent. Did he intend to torment these animals? Was that his prerogative? Was that what he was aiming to do in front of these kids? It's hard to prove that kind of intent. We talked about actus reus and mens rea in the law. In other words, you have to do a crime and you have to have a requisite intent. He may not face criminal charges because they can't prove that. Now, having said all of that, he has resigned apparently before he could have been fired, and now there's even calls to stop this agricultural program at the school altogether. This no doubt is a lesson to like-minded teachers around the nation who are teaching their children about the cycle of life, for sure.
Yeah, and again, I understand sometimes little animals can get shot and they're thinning out the deer population. I get all that. I just can't do it. Okay.
No, most people could not.
Wendy, always a pleasure. Thank you for waking up and being so perky. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Wendy Patrick's legal out in San Diego. A few legal issues here this morning. Yeah, the teacher had it filmed. I didn't watch the thing. I started watching it. I said, I can't watch a raccoon be dunked in water.
When I was a kid, we brought up some baby raccoons when they lost their mother to be hit by a car. And I just have a passion for raccoons. We bottle fed these little babies.
I watch those rabies on those too.
Well,
and they're wild with the claws.
I want to say that we got the vet involved.
Well, probably got them in a release program or something. That's all good. But man, I have a hard time with that kind of stuff.
Cruelty to any animal.
No, but even hunters. I love hunters. Good for you. Go get some venison. I can't do it.
Right.
I just can't do it. I just see Bambi. I can't do it. Okay, 7:14.
I would have a hard time sitting there quietly for hours.
That too.
In the deer stand up in the tree.
That's amazing to me. Some of our hunting friends that can sit out there for half a day in a deer stand.
I'm a bad golf partner the couple of times that I've played because I talk so much.
You gotta be a little quiet on that one. Okay, a little on the Roseanne Barr tweets. We'll do that here in just a few moments. Stand by. I cannot believe this great for us, but I cannot believe the Cardinal game today with Alex Reyes' return after 10 months is not on TV. That's what John Rooney says. So that means radio.
Okay.
You will be bound by radio. We're excited. The game's at noon today, too, and Alex Reyes' long-awaited return.
All right.
Here we go. Sports headlines at 7:15.
What a second inning. 4 runs for the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday. The final 6-1 over Milwaukee. And again, just after 12 noon today, you'll hear the action here on ESPN 93.5 and not anywhere else.
That's it. No TV. It's amazing because most every single game now for the Cardinals is on, except the game we really want to see. Alex Reyes has been stunning in his return and all his rehab starts. We'll see how it translates to the big, so we'll see.
All right. And we've got your Redbird recap right now.
This Redbird recap is brought to you by Travel Wisconsin. Plan your fun today at TravelWisconsin.com.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Last night in Milwaukee, the Cardinals got home runs from Harrison Bader, Matt Carpenter, and Francisco Pena.
A long drive to left field, and this ball is gone in the bullpen. Harrison Bader has just clicked. Pena swings, and it's a drive to center field. Kane moves back, looks up. It's a gunner! A home run for Francisco Pena.
Great pitching from starter Michael Wacha. Sam Tuivailala and Jordan Hicks were very good out of the bullpen, and the Cardinals earned a rubber game of the 3-game series today by winning last night 6-1.
Wacha got into the 7th inning. He was outstanding, and the Cardinals staff only gave up 3 hits. Jordan Hicks found out his strikeout pitch late. The slider was outstanding. Cardinals scoring 4 runs early in the game. They came in the 2nd inning, a big help. Harrison Bader with 3 hits. Francisco Pena added 3 hits of his own.
No TV today, so listen in on the Cardinals radio network as Alex Reyes makes his 2018 debut, and we'll be on the air with the game broadcast at high noon.
Long-awaited debut. He was outstanding in his minor league outings. Looking forward to watching him pitch.
Hi, folks. This is Wisconsin Tourism Secretary Stephanie Klett, and what you're hearing in the background are the sounds of Gemütlichkeit. It's a feeling of friendship, warmth, and good cheer. It's also the feeling you get when you visit Wisconsin, and you'll feel it all around our state, from festivals to sporting events. It's tricky to say, but easy to feel. That's Gemütlichkeit, and that is Wisconsin. Go to TravelWisconsin.com and let the fun begin.
Cubs win 8-6 over Pittsburgh. Some big bats yesterday.
A high fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Meadows. Meadows to the wall. That ball's got a chance. Gone. Anthony Rizzo with a game-tying home run. And this ball game is even 4-4. Here's Kyle Schwarber facing Feliz. And he drives one in the air to right, deep down the line. That is a screaming line drive home run. Right down the line in right. What a rocket by Kyle Schwarber, and the Cubs lead 8-4.
Cleveland beat the Chicago White Sox 7-3. They've got a game this afternoon. By the way, tonight, just after 6, it'll be Pirates and Cubs again on US 105.9. Kyle Hendricks to the mound versus Joe Musgrave. We also have Parkland still in action.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention their action against Scottsdale. 50-14 is their record.
Coach Garcia, he's done a great job.
Game 2 tonight in the NHL quest for the Stanley Cup. Knights are up 1-0 over the Capitals. Kevin Love and the concussion protocol that he's in, they're wondering if he'll be in that Cleveland Cavaliers Golden State Warriors game that'll happen tomorrow. Also at the French Open, Serena advances, so does Maria Sharapova and Rafael Nadal and former Illini Kevin Anderson.
Okay. The replay of the Anthony Rizzo slide into home plate that the Pirates went ballistic over because Anthony kind of clipped the catcher. The umpires at the game and New York umpires that replayed said, no, clean play. New York has reviewed from the office. It was an illegal play. Doesn't matter now. Joe Madden disagrees. Anthony kind of did go at him in old days of baseball. That was a good baseball play, but the new rules, you can't clip his legs like Anthony Rizzo did. They said it was illegal. Doesn't matter now, but just FYI. Here's your weather.
We've got a chance for some thunderstorms today. Otherwise, the sun seems to be prevailing. This morning, we've got a high 82 expected, down to 71 tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow, warm again, high 95, low 69. As we wrap up the week Friday and begin June, sunshine. High 88, low 59. We're currently at 74 on ESPN 93.5.
Check your Fox Business Minute, then talk about Roseanne Barr coming up. Text always welcome, 359-2255. Fox Business Minute brought to you by Eric Boland at Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. You can find Eric at Provident Financial Group, LLC.com. Wednesday morning, May 30th. Beautiful morning at 7:20.
From the Fox Business Network, futures are higher this morning after yesterday's sell-off attributed to concerns about the situation in Italy and that country's possible eventual withdrawal from the Eurozone. Federal regulators are approving the merger of Monsanto with German company Bayer, the parent company of Bayer Aspirin. Bayer must sell its seed, herbicide, digital farming business, and some other assets. The CBS Viacom drama could wind up with the combined company being sold. The Wall Street Journal says major shareholder Shari Redstone and her family's company, National Amusements, countersued CBS yesterday. Redstone wants to re-merge CBS and Viacom. The complaint suggests the merger would be the first step toward a sale. The Dow was down 391 yesterday. NASDAQ lost 37, S&P down 31. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, a crashing economy. Are you ready? At best, your local stores have a 3-day supply of food. Will your family have to fight over what's left? Be wise and be ready with 25-year shelf life Wise Food Storage. Try it free. Order a no-obligation free sample meal, and for a limited time, get a 10% discount and free shipping on all orders. Call for your free sample now. 800-787-1010. 800-787-1010.
A pipe burst and the basement begins to fill, putting the picture albums and the family heirlooms in danger. You can't plan on it, but you can plan for it by making sure you're ready for whatever happens with Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana at 355-0077. With their mobile site at serveprochampaignurbana.com bookmarked, the 355-0077 programmed into your phone. When the things that matter most are on the line, you'll know that they are too. Make sure you're ready by planning with the trusted professionals of Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana, like it never even happened.
The Champaign County Forest Preserve District offers lots of great summer fun. Their educational programs will take you canoeing and fishing. You can learn about the stars, wild edibles, enjoy Sunday concerts, and go for bike rides. Don't forget about Lake of the Woods Golf Course. Enjoy an afternoon of golf on their beautiful 18-hole course, or try out foot golf. Go to ccfpd.org. That's ccfpd.org to see all what the Champaign County Forest Preserve District has to offer to get you closer to nature this summer. Go to ccfpd.org.
All right, ESPN 93.5.
Well, we're talking about the Cobra baseball and the NJCAA D2 College World Series and how the Cobras are advancing. We got a text in to 359-2255. Don't forget about Purdue Boilermakers baseball. 2 local kids on the team, Ross Leonard, star closer from Catlin, also a kid from St. Joe. So thanks for letting us know here at 359-2255.
Yeah, we're still stinging about Illinois not being in the darn thing. So, but yeah, good for the local area kids. Okay, so tweeting. Roseanne Barr comes out, hits Chelsea Clinton a little bit, then hits Valerie Jarrett, said she's a cross between the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Okay, so the show gets canceled like within an hour.
Right.
ABC cancels her show, and it's just one of those instances where now listen, she, because of her character and her person, the fact that she supports Donald Trump, she's getting the kind of vitriol and hate that comes at her. Doesn't make it right, but the stuff comes at you can be pretty nasty. Mm-hmm. She's one that would not be afraid to respond. She's always responded. She's always been a little controversial.
Exactly.
Somewhere in her lexicon of thought, she thought that was a funny tweet.
Well, here's the Ambien made me do it defense, and it has a lot of Twitter users responding to that.
So wait a minute. She's not excusing her tweets because of Ambien.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not going to work because that doesn't matter.
Saying the sleep drug was to blame.
Yeah. Okay. So the Ambien made me do it. No, it's a shame because you had a little resurgence. You had a little work for John Goodman. You had some work for the production people.
I mean, when they rebooted it, it was the #1 show.
Yeah. But you can't do that stuff. It's stupid. It's not funny. It's dumb.
Well, I saw a shirt that Whoopi Goldberg was wearing with a cartoon image of Trump with a gun to his head and blood on the other side, as if to be shooting himself in the head.
Well, and that's outrageous as well. You can't, I mean, you've got to be consistent.
But I mean, they're not, axing Whoopi Goldberg from her talk show.
No, well, because you're not going to get any attention on that. I've never even heard of that. There was apparently an image of Whoopi Goldberg with a T-shirt says "Make America Great Again" and Donald Trump blowing his brains out, blood all over the T-shirt.
They're talking about the double standard in the TV industry.
You just going to have that. You're not going to get the coverage of Whoopi wearing the T-shirt, but if somebody was blowing out Barack Obama's head, you think that'd get coverage? You'd be a racist and a murderer. You don't do that with any president. You don't threaten anybody, any bodily harm. They did that to George Bush. They had assassinate Bush T-shirts. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, where's any outrage? That does not excuse anything Roseanne Barr did. Good for cutting the show, whatever. It's just, if you live in a world of inappropriate behavior, sometimes it's going to come out. How many times has Roseanne Barr said something off color in the privacy of her home? Probably a lot.
Exactly.
But that's the world she lives in.
Right. I would maybe testing material. I mean, she's been a comedian all her life.
Yeah,
so.
And it's not in my lexicon to think that Valerie Jarrett's a product of Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes. It's not in my thought process. I don't do that. I think it's bad. I don't think I ought to do that. Long time ago, Howard Cosell on Monday Night Football called a football player a little monkey. Now, there was outrage back then. It was like 1970 something. I think we've come a long way, and it's like, you know what? Those things are just ignorant. It's just stupid. And it's one of those you're going, how many jobs did Roseanne Barr just cost some people? It just, I don't know. I just don't live in that world where you've got plenty of money and you're, at this point in Roseanne Barr's life, she's trying to be significant. She's trying to matter. And she did for a minute. And then she blew it. And it's over. She's done.
So I'm reading the typical side effects of Ambien, dizziness, and in some cases the medication can cause memory loss and behavioral changes such as new or worsening of depression.
Okay, that's right. That's all excuse and bring the show back today. Listen, you know what? That's the danger of having something at your hand that reaches the world. And, of course, the left is blaming Trump because it's his fault. That's ridiculous. It's a Roseanne Barr deal. Stupid, dumb, a shame because you lost jobs for a whole bunch of people. Hundreds of people lost their job.
I mean, could the show go on without her?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, it does have her name on the show.
No, and there was kind of an appeal because it was talking about opiate overdoses. I'm talking about stuff, and people were, and I taped a few episodes, tried to watch, never got one watched. Mm-hmm. But, I read about them and stuff. So I've never been a Roseanne Barr fan. But again, good for them coming back, making a little money. Networks were pretty excited. ABC was pretty excited. And then you do that. And it was the Ambien that did it. No excuse. Put the phone down. That probably is good advice for many of us. You never push send when you're mad. Ever. You never post when you're angry. It's just bad strategy.
I remember when we talked to Ditka and him saying he loved, what 20 minutes till after the game
He could have used an hour. Some need a little more time, and sometimes you don't have it, so you get out there a little angry. But in this case, in this day and age of social media, you can mess up really quickly with one push of the send, which is what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Need a vehicle? Honda BMW, Honda President's Award. Go see what a top 10% dealership looks like. I mean, they're not perfect. Nobody is, but they're pretty darn good. So if you are in the market, it is May 30, my friends. You can make a really good deal at the end of the month as they close out the books. Honda BMW Champaign, drivechampaign.com. Say it to my friend Ben Quattrone and learn why Honda BMW is a Honda President's Award winner. Only 10% of the dealerships get this. It's pretty heady stuff. It's drivechampaign.com online, drivechampaign.com. You can stop by sometime at Neal and Burwash in Savoy and see all the beautiful Hondas and check out the Beamer side as well. All right, coming back, Fox News update here in just a moment. Our Sugar Buster Club meeting. We've got that next as well. ESPN 93.5, Be right back.
Previously on Paying Carp.
Francis Okoro's not coming to Illinois. What really drives me nuts is that how does he not look at this team right now and understand that from day one that he is the starting big man for Illinois for as long as he wants to play? I mean, he would be your starting center, and yet he decided to go to Oregon, and I'm not mad at the kid. It just stinks for Illinois because that is the exact position of need.
Tune in weekdays 4 to 6 as Lante and Mike Carpenter talk everything from Fighting Illini to Cubs, Cards, and Sox right here on ESPN 93.5. Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, is inviting you to shop new arrivals of Liddyville apparel and Nike apparel. Visit GameDaySpirit.com and find new Nike t-shirts, polos, and tank tops, as well as Liddyville hats to beat the summer heat while looking great. Have time to stop in their stores? Game Day is located on campus at the corner of 6th and Green Street with parking available at the parking deck on Healy, as well as in Champaign on the corner of Neal and Kirby, conveniently located near the State Farm Center and Memorial Stadium. Get excited for all things Illini this summer and follow Game Day Spirit on Facebook and Twitter. Go Illini!
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Roseanne Barr on Twitter says she's sorry about people losing their jobs with her sitcom canceled over a racist tweet. She blames being on the sleep drug Ambien at the time. The subject of that tweet, former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett, responds on MSNBC.
I think we have to turn it into a teaching moment. I'm fine. I'm worried about all the people out there who don't have a circle of friends and followers who come right to their defense.
Production on the next season of Roseanne had just started yesterday when the cancellation was announced. A Russian journalist is murdered.
Ukrainian police say Arkady Babchenko was shot in the back at his apartment in the capital Kiev. And Ukraine is blaming Russia. Prime Minister Volodymyr Groysman saying he believes Babchenko was killed for his anti-Kremlin work. A Kremlin spokesperson saying it is the height of cynicism to allege Russia was responsible.
Fox's Simon Owen. Fox News. We report, you decide.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Will Kane.
I'm going to tell you something. If this were anybody else, if it were not the Cleveland Cavaliers, if it was anybody with the slightest threatening muscle, the fact that the Golden State Warriors bleed, the fact that they're mortal would give you hope if you're a Warriors hater. It would give you hope if you're into drama. It would give you hope if you're into uncertain outcomes in the NBA. But it's not. Because the Cleveland Cavaliers are still bad. They're still not good enough to beat the Golden State Warriors. It's mortal. But the Warrior walking into the arena, not the Warriors, but the Warrior walking into the arena, just not good enough.
Get more from Will Kane today from 3 to 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News, the ESPN app, or just ask your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio.
On the streets of Miami, speed is the law. So when a corn dog goes after the wrong girl,
oh, heartburn!
One man will bring her Tums Ultra Strength. I'm on my way. Don't get wrecked by heartburn. Nothing works faster than Tums. Your mustard's fast, but my Tums are faster. Oh. And with Tums on the go rolls, it's never been easier to leave heartburn behind.
You did it.
Yeah. You gonna finish that corn dog? Tums Ultra Strength, available in a store near you.
That's the sizzle of McDonald's new hotter and juicier 100% fresh beef quarter pounder burger. Sounds good, right? Hold up, you can't hear that mouth-watering sound or taste that beefy, melty, cheesy deliciousness until you order yours, because that's when they cook it. So if you want to hear this, followed by this, hit this, and turn into McDonald's now. McDonald's new hotter and juicier quarter pounder burgers. So good, they'll leave you speechless. Hotter and juicier compared to prior quarter pound beef patty. Available at most restaurants in contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territory.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. A lawsuit has been filed against the city of Champaign and 2 police officers. WCIA says in October of last year, Alton Corey was arrested after police responded on a report of battery. His lawyers have now filed suit, alleging excessive force, false arrest, malicious prosecution, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. If you have a router at home, the FBI wants you to reset it in order to help thwart a cyber attack that it says agents of a foreign government are using against U.S. citizens. USA Today says last week, security researchers at Cisco's Cyber Intelligence Unit warned of the attack, that malicious software had infected about 500,000 consumer routers in 54 countries. So, the FBI said anyone with a small office or home office router should reboot the devices to stop the malware. The FBI said the scope of the attack is significant. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Our weather update brought to you by TimberWorks. Call for a free quote if you need some trees trimmed. 217-260-8522. Find them online at TimberWorks217.com. From tree trimming to stump removal and clearance, TimberWorks will take your tree service to new heights. Here's your weather, Diane Ducey.
80% chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, high 81, low 71, up to 95 tomorrow, partly cloudy, down to 69. 88 on Friday with the sunshine, 86 on Saturday with sunny conditions, maybe some rain in the forecast for Sunday with a high 84. Right now, 76, ESPN 93.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, every week we get on the radio and have our Sugar Buster Club meeting. It is always a pleasure to welcome our honorary chair of the Sugar Buster Club with 93 card-carrying members now, Mr. Warren Honeycutt. If there's something strange in your sugar mood, who are you going to call? Sugar Buster! How are you, my friend?
I am good, Stevie J. How are you and Diane this morning?
We're fine. Well, I anecdotally noted when we visited Australia several years ago, in Sydney, Australia, I was in search. After noting for a full day I saw no heavy people, I started looking vigorously in downtown Sydney, Australia, and did not find any heavy people.
Interesting.
Now, this was kind of a cosmopolitan city, and there were no big gulps. I will say that. It's right. No people carrying soda. But there were no big people for 2 days. What?
Very interesting. And actually, there was a study, great segue here, into that study in Australia. And they found, Stevie J, that, and it's not widespread yet, but it's a recent study, several thousand Australians. And in the study, the short version is this. When they put a label with a picture of decaying teeth, and then a very simple, sugar is detrimental to teeth, may contribute to obesity and diabetes. Very simple text. 36% of the people that had that in front of them chose not to drink the soft drinks. And that's over a third.
Yeah.
That's huge. Now, the other interesting part is, and this is just the way the human brain works, they did this double-blind study and used one group that just had that label of the text. It only affected 1% of the participants. But when they had a picture, and if you think about it, our mind, our whole psychic is around pictures. We don't think a sentence. If we think about tooth decay, we don't think tooth, the word, and decay. We have a picture of a mouthful of rotting teeth, which is what they put on. And a lot of people said that's revolting, that's disgusting.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but I don't want the soft drink.
Well, there's been these commercials with people that chew tobacco and smoke, and they're disgusting. Yeah. But yet it makes you go, I don't want to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get graphic. Maybe we need to get graphic when 71% of our country is overweight.
Well, it would only make sense. And interestingly, and I'm not a big fan on a lot of stuff they do, but the UK is way ahead of us in at least trying to tackle the problem. People are beginning, though, more and more, in my opinion, to see and understand that sugar is attached to obesity, which is attached to every disease known to man. And honestly, Stevie J and Dr. File could support us on this. If we could see the horrors of diabetes in picture, I don't know that anybody would ever touch another teaspoon of sugar.
Yeah.
It's some serious stuff.
All right, so, you go get the creamer, at the Meijer across the street, you can't really find fat-free anymore. It says sugar-free. So I think over the last several years, the industry is waking up on focus groups and the stuff they're doing, where I think we're waking them up. And the, little corner of our world, I think certainly, at the very least, we've made people look at labels.
Yes. And when people start to become aware and begin to give thought to what they're doing and making different decisions, now all of a sudden people begin to change. One avid sugar buster, and we've mentioned him before, Stevie J, is James. Remember James?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know this gentleman. I didn't know this until he sent me a message. He is your telephone man.
Yeah.
Who has memorabilia from things like Babe Ruth's bat.
He let me hold Babe Ruth's bat. I had the Bambino bat in my hand, and I
saw that picture.
I couldn't swing it. It was too big, and he also had little nails in the handle. The Bambino loved his bat so much he didn't care if it got cracked. He just fixed it.
Wow. Wow.
Love it.
Amazing.
Anyway,
I saw that picture.
Yeah, well, you saw what a darn good hitter I must have been when I got cut from my Eastern Illinois baseball team. Anyway, Warren, we appreciate all the work that you do because, it's a mountain to climb, and we're just trying to make people aware that if they don't like how they look, and there's a really good chance that people listening to my voice don't really care about, they've changed since high school, the body changed, your gravity's grabbing hold, you don't like how you feel. You don't like how you think. You're tired too much. You have too many sugar crashes. It takes a little bit of a commitment, but if they'll do it for 3 days, you could really change a whole lot of your life, and you'll really, really like it. It really isn't too bad. I don't crave anything. I mean, I still, I'm not perfect, but I see a donut and I just don't need it. I don't crave it. Maybe there's something, if you stay away from the stuff, maybe you stop craving it.
Oh, no question. That's the case. And the biggest culprit, and we've talked about this before many times, Stevie J, but the biggest culprit in our culture is the soft drinks. That's where the huge, huge load of sugar comes from.
Well, I'm reading an article now. It says the average American drinks 38 gallons of soda a year. I poked around because bubbly sparkling water, a commercial came on yesterday. 8 flavors. They say no calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. I ran into Sugar Buster Sean from Muhammad, and he was saying, I don't know about some of these, they say no sweeteners involved, but I wonder if that's true.
Yeah, that would be an interesting question, an interesting thing to look up or look into. I don't have a comment on those.
Well, we're okay with ICE drink, ICE drink. Oh, yeah. It's not cheap, but it's delicious. It's carbonated. It's delicious. It's fine. I think LaCroix is okay.
Right. That comes up in this search.
LaCroix is fine. We like
Perrier
LaCroix.
Is fine.
Perrier is fine. So there are drinks that you can get a little fizz in there.
Right.
And I'm not saying ban all your pop. I'm just saying don't drink 38 gallons a year. I mean, that's reasonable to request that.
That's a lot of pop.
How many ounces in a gallon again?
64, isn't it?
That sounds right.
That doesn't sound like enough. I'm guessing 128. How many ounces?
Maybe.
We should ask.
How many ounces in a gallon? Wow. Been a while since I computed anything. I'm thinking it's 128. Is that not right?
Okay, well,
128.
Well be right.
128.
See.
Okay, 100. How many gallons? 30 what?
38.
38.
And then the average what?
Then I'm going to divide by
Americans
365. So you're having 13 ounces of pop a day.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's every day.
Right.
So I would say, Warren, if somebody needed a pop, I'd give them 13 ounces a week. If they had to do it, wean off, I'd probably be fine with that.
And a lot of people are addicted, and I know people that literally are addicted to Coke, Pepsi, etc.
Yeah. And coffee, are we okay? Because I've kind of gone, don't do much creamer anymore. I'm kind of acquiring it black, and I'm fine with it.
Good for you.
That's probably better. I do like it with a little cream and stevia.
And for me, no sweetener. No sugar. I just put creamer in it.
But that creamer does have.
I know
the sugar.
So that's my
a little bit
dose.
in there. All right, that's fine. You get 30.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sugar Buster.
I used to do 3 packs of sugar and 3 creams.
See, now that probably.
Oh well, Congratulations.
Way to go.
Exactly.
All right,
Weed
Warren,
myself off of that.
we're trying here, man. We're putting the effort
I know we
in.
are.
Exactly.
And, hey, great news on 93. We're close to 3 digits there at 100.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. I send, I think Rob Dollhouse III is our newest member, and it's either member 92 or 93. I've got the membership list coming up here. Let's see here.
With See You at Home?
Yeah.
As he works with folks without an
he
address?
said it was an amazing 2-week transformation. Anyway, so we have 93, so 7 till 100. If you want to try out, you can try out for our team. It is a tryout. You get 3 days to pretty much go cold
Chris
turkey.
does heavy whipping cream and stevia in his coffee.
Heavy whipping cream. I think that's probably... Is that okay? What do you
Yeah, unless it has, if it's pure cream, that's fine.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
That's fine. As a matter of fact, I just finished a cup of coffee, and it's half and half, no sugar.
Okay.
Stevia.
Yeah. It's our buddy Warren Honeycutt, inspiration to millions. Thank you, sir. Always Mr. Tennessee, formerly Top 10 Mr. America, quit the biz because he didn't want to do steroids like everybody else. He's the man because people see your body and they say you must be doing roids. Not a chance in that body, baby. Hey, listen, how do people find you, Warren?
GetHoneycutt.com and Facebook. Have more and more people, getting with me on Facebook. Twitter is at GetHoneycutt handle. So any and all of those are good. My numbers are easily available on the site. So, reach out to me and say hi.
You're the man, Ron. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Warren Honeycutt.
GetHoneycutt.com.
Honorary Sugar Buster Club chair. Here we go, 359-2255. Feel free to text in if you want to try our club. You can try out. I'll let you. 3 days, though. Got to go on probation.
Mm-hmm.
No sugar for 3 days. And I'm not talking about fruits. I'm not talking about natural stuff.
That's right.
I'm talking about processed sugar.
Processed sugar.
Stuff they add, like you can't have any Captain Crunch for the 3 days. Here you go. I know.
And the only cereal really is shredded
wheat unfrosted.
Unfrosted.
Yeah.
Who eats that?
Yeah. Here you go.
6-1. The Cardinals on top of Milwaukee yesterday. They've got an afternoon game at 12:10, and we're your only local source because it's not on the TV. ESPN 93.5 with our Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Last night in Milwaukee, the Cardinals got home runs from Harrison Bader, Matt Carpenter, and Francisco Pena. A long drive to left field, and this ball is gone in the bullpen. Harrison Bader has just clicked. Pena swings, and it's a drive to center field. Kane moves back, looks up. It's a gunner! A home run for Francisco Pena. And great pitching from starter Michael Walker. Sam Tuivailala and Jordan Hicks were very good out of the bullpen, and the Cardinals earned a rubber game of the 3-game series today by winning last night 6-1.
Walker got into the 7th inning. He was outstanding, and the Cardinals staff only gave up 3 hits. Jordan Hicks found out his strikeout pitch late. The slider was outstanding. Cardinals scoring 4 runs early in the game. They came in the 2nd inning, a big help. Harrison Bader with 3 hits. Francisco Pena added 3 hits of his own.
No TV today, so listen in on the Cardinals radio network as Alex Reyes makes his 2018 debut, and we'll be on the air with the game broadcast at high noon.
Long-awaited debut. He was outstanding in his minor league outings. Looking forward to watching him pitch.
Yeah, Alex Reyes back. A big, hard-throwing righty. Lost a lot of weight, too. Everybody's kind of fired up after Tommy John surgery. How will Alex Reyes look?
Okay. Cubs over Pittsburgh yesterday. The final was 8-6. They've got a game tonight just after 6 with Kyle Hendricks on the mound for Chicago. Pittsburgh using Joe Musgrave. We had John Lester with the win yesterday and some big bats like Anthony Rizzo.
High fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Meadows. Meadows to the wall. That ball's got a chance. Gone. Anthony Rizzo with a game-tying home run. And this ball game is even 4-4. Here is Kyle Schwarber facing Feliz. And he drives one in the air to right, deep down the line. That is a screaming line drive home run. Right down the line in right. What a rocket by Kyle Schwarber, and the Cubs lead 8-4.
All your games on US 105.9 for the Chicago Cubs.
Cleveland over the Chicago White Sox 7-3. They've got a game this afternoon. On to NHL action. The Knights lead the Capitals 1-0. They've got game 2 tonight in that quest for the Stanley Cup. People are wondering about Kevin Love in that concussion protocol, if he'll be able to play for Cleveland tomorrow as they start up in that final round of the NBA series against Golden State.
Reminds me of the Kevin Love story, whether he'll play. Reminds me of Rocky, first Rocky. He goes to the Spectrum in Philadelphia in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to fight Apollo Creed, the heavyweight champion of the world. And the promoter is there, and it's 3 a.m., and Rocky looks up at his picture. Yo, I'm wearing the red shorts with the white stripes, not the white shorts with the red stripes. And the promoter said, it really doesn't matter, does it, Rock? Doesn't matter if Kevin Love plays. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Golden State has about 5 better players, and they've got 1. Can it be that LeBron single-handedly? Because that's what it's going to have to be.
With 2 40-point-plus games in the postseason for LeBron? But has he burned his wick?
And the whole thing is, yeah, he couldn't play when it was physical in the 90s. You couldn't play in the 80s. Guys, LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time by a lot. It's a different era. And if I'm alive in 20 years, there'll be another guy better than LeBron by a lot. It's just we've evolved. The guys are better, bigger, stronger, faster.
Mm-hmm.
You can't compare decades.
In every way, too. I was just looking up Nick Hardy, first team All-American. It seems like the golfers are better, too.
Oh, man. Well, the equipment's better.
Okay.
I mean, Bobby Jones had bamboo. Okay. These guys, like the...
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the bamboo shafts and some of these older sticks and stuff. Calamity Jane is putter. But, I mean, you go back and, I don't have a bamboo fishing pole in my big fishing competitions. They got all the gear and the reels and everything's gotten better. So, golfers today, what would Jack Nicklaus do with today's equipment? That's kind of fun. CMI, Chemical Maintenance Incorporated, online at cmiclean.com. Call them at 359-6262. They'd love to put you in their circle of trust. They're locally owned and operated. Betsy and Brad Parks, just love them. Great local people, local company, and all of your cleaners and all of your machinery. It is all there on Bloomington Road in Champaign, 359-6262, cmiclean.com. Another local company, it's Good Vibes with all your home theaters and speakers and Dish and Direct. It's Steve Suderman. Good morning, my friend.
Hey, I learned something in grade school that stuck with me, and it has to do with that, how many ounces of sugar and all that.
Yeah.
The pints a pound the world around, right? That's how you get to 128. There's 2 pints in a quart, 4 quarts in a gallon, So, anyway.
Way to go. That's a good little trick of memory thing there.
Some grade school teacher
128.
Yeah. This is the last day I will say something about $100 at Prairie Gardens for new Dish subscribers. You have till tomorrow to do the paperwork. We can get it installed next week. That's okay. You still get your $100 coupon. You still get your flowers. If you want to get away from TV bills, there's a lot of people that are trying to figure out how to make their cable bill go down.
Mm-hmm.
We have a solution. It is in combination with Dish. It's called Sling. It starts at $20 a month, and we hook up an antenna, kind of an old school device.
I got that on the roof. I can use that.
Yeah, is the wire still good? It'll still go there. It's free. You can take now Dish Pay TV will let you deduct $12 off your bill if you get your locals through the antenna. If you get good reception on that, that's a way to shave a little off your bill. Or you can just go right down to that internet service with the Sling and do that. If you want the best TV, call us. If you want the cheapest TV, call us. But speaking of the best TV, the 2018 Sony LED and OLED TVs. Oh my gosh! You remember when everybody knew Sony was the best TV?
Yeah.
Trinitrons, and in those days, they're back, baby. They're the best again. They're the best now, and we're just really, really happy to have them in that arrow in our quiver. Because if you haven't seen them yet, you need to. And we got some new sound stuff. The Paradigm Company has come out with a whole new line of speakers that is just it's set a mark on the wall for other guys to shoot at. So
And you know what? Father's Day isn't too far, and Dad would love some sort of a man theater thing or even a small man cave. I mean, guys love that stuff, so it might be something that you can at least explore by stopping by.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Dad won't want a tie.
Yeah, do we still wear ties?
What happened to the tie?
I mean, outside of banking and financial
and fancy
stuff,
occasions.
When do you wear a tie?
You know, Bart at Channel 3 he sells advertising. He wears a bow tie every day.
Well, that's unique.
Wow.
That's unique. That's
That's
kind of a statement.
That's a Paul Simon thing.
That's exactly. Okay, my friend, how do they find you?
Call us up at 351-0909. Stop by 1501 North Prospect or look at gvibes.com on the web.
You're the man. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Stevie.
Steve Suderman, Good Vibes, locally owned and operated.
Do you tie your own bow tie then, I wonder?
Well, you can.
Just clip it on.
I don't know. You can clip on, you can tie. Okay. I'd have to go to the YouTube to figure out how to tie.
Exactly.
I don't know how to do that. Busey's social media followers can enter to win a familiar favorite in a new giveaway through 2018. Connect with Busey on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Participate in Fulfilling Dreams and Friday Freebie. Fulfilling Dreams has helped 4 families realize their dreams. Whether your dream is a college degree, vacation getaway, home remodel, here's how dreamers can enter to win $1,500 Busey MasterCard gift card. Connect with Busey on Facebook. Share your dreams each month with a photo and a story. The dream with the most likes in Busey's Facebook photo album wins a $1,500 Busey MasterCard gift card. Guess get the most likes.
Okay.
One winner chosen monthly through this December. For rules, go to Busey.com/150. The Friday freebie returns in June 22. Guess the amount of cash or coin pictured on Facebook to enter to win a $100 digital gift card. Don't miss your chance to win big. Connect with Busey on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Busey, for 150 years, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC.
I'll be out at Carl Park across from Urbana High School introducing the Impalas tonight.
Oh.
Neighborhood Nights. The summer concert series begins this evening.
We're back.
I know.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Who's playing again?
The Impalas. So they have kind of a classic
60s
rock
kind of a thing? Okay.
Yeah, and a bluesy type edge.
Cool.
Kenna May is going to do some guest vocalist stuff. She's a Unity grad too. She's awesome.
And where are you?
Carl Park across from Urbana High, the one with the Lincoln
Laredo
statue.
Taft Lincoln statue.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay. Wonderful tip.
I'm hoping the weather cooperates.
Don't forget you can register for Mile at the Pines Sunday, July 22nd. Sign up for $20. Help the CU Schools Foundation and be part of Mile at the Pines at mileatthepines.com.
Hey, next time you pay for parking, forget the spare change and use Mobile Meter instead. It's available all over Champaign-Urbana, and it's the easiest way to pay for parking. Download the Mobile Meter app, store your credit card information, then select how long you want to park. That easy. Download the Mobile Meter app or go to mobilemeter.us.
If you're looking for a great car dealership, look no further than Honda BMW of Champaign. Ben Quattrone and his team just received the Honda President's Award in 2017, meaning they're one of the best Honda dealerships in America. They offer great deals. They have a tremendous service department with problems fixed right the first time and customer service that'll keep you coming back. So before you buy, make sure you give the award-winning Honda BMW of Champaign a chance to earn your business. Just off Neal at Burwash and Savoy. Online, drivechampaign.com. Talked about getting your house painted. Precision Painting heard your calls. They have been working diligently. They have maybe a handful of spots through August. That's how booked they are now.
Wow.
I told you.
Why not get a certificate for Dad or put a slip in his card saying you can get that man cave painted finally.
Gonna get the shutters done.
Exactly.
So you don't have to get on the ladder. Call Chad Ebert. Go online at yprecision.com. Precision Painting, locally owned and operated. You can go online, check references. Mine's in there. No job too big or too small. And also look at before and after pictures. I think they're very impressive. They can also make your garage floor look like a showroom. Little speckled stuff. That looks so good. Talented, experienced painters you can trust. They don't job hop. They stay on your job till they're done. Call for a free estimate. Their summer is filling up fast. Go to yprecision.com to get all your contact information and at least get a quote. Got nothing to lose. Chad is the owner, the U of I grad. Precision Painting, yprecision.com, yprecision.com. and at least get a free quote. You've got nothing to lose. Okay, coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, we'll talk to business strategist Michael Ray Newman. Starbucks does their training.
Yes.
I hope they learn something.
They shut down after 2 yesterday.
We will get the very latest on all that next.
Sounds good.
ESPN 93.5.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel a bit like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the big picture and make good financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Pat Benatar, Neil Girardo are coming to the Virginia Theater on Friday, June 15th. You could win tickets in the morning show on ESPN 93.5 from Stevie J and I. Make sure you tap into our phone line at 359-2255 and get ready to win. Tickets are on sale now at thevirginia.org with Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. A very intimate acoustic evening. Win from the Champaign Park District, the Virginia Theater, and ESPN 93.5.
You're listening to WXJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
She did something unforgivable. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Roseanne Barr tweeted about the tweet that got ABC to cancel her show. Widely derided as racist about former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett, who told MSNBC,
I think we have to turn it into a teaching moment. I'm fine. I'm worried about all the people out there who don't have a circle of friends and followers who come right to their defense.
Roseanne Barr also told people on Twitter not to defend her. She also wrote she sent her infamous tweet late at night while on Ambien. President Trump held a rally in Nashville last night, again claiming the FBI infiltrated his campaign in the Russia probe, which Democrats and Republican Congressman Trey Gowdy both say isn't true. The president also again pledged to build a border wall.
They're going to pay for the wall, and they're going to enjoy it, okay? They're going to enjoy it.
Well, Mexico's president tweeted right after they will never pay. All as the president campaigned for a Republican Senate candidate. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave stumping for GOP Senate hopeful Marsha Blackburn in Tennessee. President Trump went after her opponent, former Tennessee Governor Phil Bredesen.
He's a tool of Chuck Schumer and, of course, the MS-13 lover, Nancy Pelosi.
The Bredesen for Senate campaign released a statement saying the candidate is an independent thinker with a proven record of working with Democrats and Republicans. Dave?
Rachel, it's up to 71 homes destroyed on Hawaii's Big Island.
What I saw was an absolute ocean of lava.
An ocean with
waves in it, and wave after wave came in.
He's one of those forced to evacuate Kilauea's eruptions. Worry about a landslide at a dam in North Carolina prompted evacuations after midnight. A few hundred people are in shelters.
We don't expect a full dam breach or break. And there are emergency plans in place if that were to happen, but we're not expecting that.
Rochelle Bailey with McDowell County Emergency Management. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
A lot of people have life insurance through work. It's a great short-term benefit, but is it enough? A lot of those policies only cover a year's salary. Not enough to pay off mortgages or send kids to college, the things life insurance is meant for. That's where SelectQuote comes in. SelectQuote is your personal life insurance guide. They get multiple quotes to find you the best price from the highly rated companies they represent. John is 36 and in excellent health. He got a $500,000 policy for under $20 a month. Life insurance is about peace of mind, not a false sense of security. Which are you getting?
Call SelectQuote now at 1-800-881-4343. That's 1-800-881-4343. Or get started at SelectQuote.com. 1-800-881-4343. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
There is a ceasefire in place for now between Palestinians in Gaza and Israel.
When we woke up this morning, pretty much everyone in the region thought Israelis and Palestinians could be moving towards a wider conflict here over the situation in Gaza. More than 100 rockets were fired in about 24 hours from Gaza into southern Israel, and the Israeli military had been striking Hamas positions in Gaza in the last 24 hours.
Fox's Connor Powell in Israel, where there's been deadly violence along the Gaza border.
There are more protests expected along the Israeli security fence on June 5th, next Tuesday, and that could set things off here again. That's what we're waiting to see is what happens over the next couple days.
In Belgium, it's now a terrorism investigation involving a man who murdered 3 people yesterday, 2 of them police officers. He stole their guns and killed them and a bystander. Police also say that he had killed someone the night before. A USC gynecologist is under scrutiny after women came forward to complain, and police in Los Angeles are asking for more information from any possible victims.
LAPD Captain William Hayes says they're in contact with 39 women who called the USC hotline and 13 more women who contacted them directly. He says even if their inappropriate experiences with Dr. George Tyndall at USC don't rise to the level of crimes, they still want to investigate.
You can imagine we're not experts in gynecological exams, so what we're doing is we're reaching out through the California Medical Board to speak to gynecologists, independent gynecologists.
Several women have already filed lawsuits alleging USC has known for years about complaints against the doctor, who, after he was fired last year, threatened to sue the university. Both sides settled. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Economic growth wasn't quite as good as what was first reported in the first 3 months of this year. GDP growth revised lower, now 2.2%. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. 2 westbound lanes of Windsor Road between 1st and Neal Streets were closed because of pavement failures. The News-Gazette says the bad section was cut out and crews were expected to begin pouring concrete right away. Renovations are coming to Spalding Park. WCIA says starting today, all water fountains will be turned off and fences will go up around the basketball courts and baseball field. Improvements include a renovated practice baseball field, new competition baseball field, new pathway system throughout the park, and new playground structure. The work is set to be done in the spring of next year. A lawsuit has been filed against the city of Champaign and 2 police officers. WCIA says in October of last year, Alton Corey was arrested after police responded on a report of battery. His lawyers have now filed suit, alleging excessive force, false arrest, malicious prosecution, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
It's a nice start to our day. We do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms. 80% shot at that happening. High 81, low 71. Up to 95, a warm one again tomorrow, down to around 69 as you wrap up May. Getting into June on Friday, sunshine and a high 89, low 59. Currently 77. ESPN 93.5.
All right, we talked all about Roseanne Barr and the bad judgment.
Right.
Blame it on the Ambien.
Uh-huh.
Can't blame it on the Ambien. You push send. You're responsible.
It's true. 359-2255. I know that we did talk to Warren about some tips for sugar busting, and Jerry had texted in, my daughter and son-in-law use raw honey to sweeten their coffee.
That's a good one.
Exactly.
Honey's good. Yeah, honey's very good. That's I think the only food that does not spoil. So if you found it in some Egyptian tomb, you could eat it.
Wow.
That's the only food that doesn't spoil is honey.
The perfect food.
Little trivia there. Okay, so talked about the Roseanne Barr issue and the fact that Whoopi Goldberg has a T-shirt pictured somewhere online of her with "Make America Great Against Donald Trump" blowing his own brains out with blood everywhere with a gun. Well, I don't understand why there's no outrage over that. You shouldn't do that for President Trump, President Obama, President Bush, President Clinton. You don't do that.
Someone had texted in that Trump shooting himself was fake. But, I don't... Could have been. I guess. Could have been Photoshopped.
I can't believe that Whoopi Goldberg, I disagree with her politics, but I can't believe she would wear anything like that.
Right.
So there is that out there as well. People photoshopping things,
right?
So that's very possible. There should be outrage, and it's very hard. That's the danger. And may I get on this quick soapbox? The danger of losing things like newspapers.
Here we see it on social media. You and I both looked at it.
Yeah.
Here's another. Tim saying the picture is fake.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad it is.
Right.
They did. I remember they had a big thing in 2006 and 2007. People were wearing "Assassinate Bush" T-shirts. That was real. But as far as the Whoopi thing, photoshopped, good. But there again goes back to the what do I trust?
Right.
And can you be snookered? There are people out there, thousands of them, trying to snooker us every day with bad stories. That's why you got to have journalism for a republic like this to work. You really do. If we don't have a watchdog that gets Democrats and Republicans and independents and libertarians and ask all the hard questions, we're hurting. And I think we're seeing some of that because so many journalists have taken sides subtly or blatantly. And I don't care what party you are, I need you to ask a hard question and not fear. And the other thing of that is you can't fear retribution. Donald Trump can't get you. That's bad. Barack Obama looked at you really bad if you ask a hard question. That's bad. I didn't like that either. The journalists got to be right, and I'm telling you, it's a scary time out there with what's out there. And then you get on something gets viral, and it might be a lie. Viral could be fake.
Right.
Michael Ray Newman, our friend, Starbucks closes more than 8,000 locations for racial bias training. Michael, how are you?
Fantastic, brother. Appreciate you asking.
Well, it's always a pleasure to talk with you about a whole bunch of different strategies in business. I don't know if you tracked any of the Starbucks stuff. What'd you think?
Oh, yeah, we've seen it. And was the move PR related to shut down every store and lose a few $1 million? Absolutely. Was Starbucks sincere about it, about really making that change and really educating their internal customers, their employees? I truly believe that as well.
But I don't think it's right for people to come in off the street, use my restaurant if you're not buying anything because they have to go to the restroom. Why should restrooms be free in my business? And yet these two happen to be African American. If they were white, would we be here?
That's a really good question. I don't think that Starbucks is the typical restaurant. They've always promoted a transparency and a welcoming environment, for their free Wi-Fi and, other things. So I think that they're a little different and they haven't had that. But, who knows? I'm shocked the fact that the police, they went, the old school, no shirt, no shoes, no service. When I walked in with no shoes about a couple of decades ago, they just asked me to leave, and it wasn't a big deal.
Well, and again, this incident occurred. These guys came in, and they didn't leave. They didn't buy anything. They didn't want to leave, and they were using the stuff and going to the bathroom and stuff. I just don't think – I think a business, regardless of white, black, blue, green, I don't care what color you are, I don't think you ought to be able to use my public restroom for my customers. I just don't think it's – and I don't understand that. Businesses do not make a restroom and pay all the money for people to come off the street to use them for free. That's just the way I feel.
And you know what? That has been the standard, the industry standard for decades. That you just don't. There's no public restroom. We provide it for buying customers and paying customers.
Yeah.
Now, but the Starbucks, on the other hand, I mean, they have been on this culture of welcoming people in and they want you to hang out. In most restaurants, we need turnover. We need you to come in for 17 minutes. We need to serve you. We need you to pay, tip, get out the door, send another person in the seat. That's how we make our money. Starbucks has disrupted the industry, and they brought a different business model to the United States.
And I know a restaurant, and this fella comes in every day and uses it as his office. I mean, no, I'm serious. He's literally there 5 hours. He's taking up a booth, using it as his office. I don't think that's right.
No, and you see that in Starbucks. I'm a Starbucks fan. I travel all over the country, and I've seen homeless people in Starbucks. I've seen gentlemen that come in, and I've gone in the morning in Starbucks and then rolled in at 4:30 in the afternoon and seen the same guy in there, which is soaking up the free Wi-Fi. So I think it's definitely something that I don't think it's normal. And I'm not sure if that's what Starbucks intended.
It's abuse, but you can't stop it.
And Tim had texted in, how long before laws against vagrancy are repealed?
Well, you can't park longer than 2 hours in certain parts of Champaign, right? You're just limited to 2 hours. Why can't you be limited to 2 hours at Starbucks?
Well, absolutely, that could be the case.
Yeah.
And how long? I mean, that's a really good point. I mean,
but you'd have, oh my gosh, would they raise it or what? Oh, you don't like me because I'm Czechoslovakian, man. I mean, you just have all kinds of crazy stuff. All right, Michael Ray Newman, business strategist. He works with business owners across the country. How do people find you, Michael?
EdgeGlobalInc.com, EdgeGlobalInc.com. Come see us.
Okay, my friend, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Great, brother. Have a great week.
You too. 814 ESPN 93.5. Welcome Jan Seeley into our studios. It's Mile at the Pines. Ed, how are you?
I'm good, Stevie.
Good to see you again. Well, Mile at the Pines, we were telling people July 22. We're going to get 1,000 runners of this thing.
That would be great.
That's what I'm thinking. It's July 22, Ed. They're going to come out and maybe eat a little Red Bicycle ice cream and
I hope so.
Run a race. How's it going?
Great. Registration's been open and people are signing up, and I think people are very excited about the Sunday evening change. It's going to be a very festive post race. We have contributions from Meyer. We've got of course we've got Riggs beer this year, so all runners of age will get one free beer after the race, which is a lot of fun.
Sweet.
And the cozy setting of the Pines area really contributes to it. And of course, we like to involve as many of the businesses in the Pines as possible.
Like Bouffant Salon.
Exactly.
Yep,
and Red Bicycle Ice Cream. They do all the third place prizes.
When you guys at it 24/7 again? Are you at it already?
Oh, yeah. We opened up May 1st, and then we'll be open through the end of September.
Yeah.
Right now we're open 6 days a week, and most days 3 to 9, but we're going to get open noon to 9 here shortly.
I don't quite understand how Ed's so skinny. I don't think I would be that way, Ed. I would be eating
800 miles this spring, Stevie.
Is that what you ran?
Yeah.
800 miles?
Yeah.
And culminating in a Boston qualifying race here at the Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon. So Ed
what
qualified for Boston.
What was your time?
3:38.
That's pretty stinking impressive.
Yeah.
You're 40?
Yeah, 40 plus.
That's ridiculous. And that's a lot of miles. Okay, so eat all the ice cream you want. Good for you.
And speaking of that, different age categories, different waves of runners on this Mile at the Pines event, Jan.
Yeah, so it's not just a single race. It's 9 different mile races. So when you register, depending on your age and gender, you pick the wave that matches you. So there's a 17 and under wave for both boys and girls. There's a 18 to 39 for men and women. There's a masters men and women. And we even have the featured elite men and elite women wave, and then a non-competitive community mile. So if you want to just walk or run slow, you go
something for everybody.
So 9 different races, and they run like 10 minutes apart. So it's a very fast-moving, and we have awards and a lot of food. And we haven't even mentioned this, but all the money goes to CU Schools Foundation.
Yay!
Which is
It's all good. Okay,
$20 entry fee.
It is. I mean, just unbelievable. And I mean, literally, this is not going to take a lot of time either. It's a mile.
Yeah.
MileAtThePines.com. Jan Seeley, Ed from Red Bicycle Ice Cream. Good to see both of you.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you out there.
Steve.
800
All right,
miles.
take care.
That is 799.5 miles more than I've done. Good for you.
Good job.
ESPN 93.5. We jump to our sports headlines. Diane Ducey with the latest. Cardinals and Cubs both winners.
St. Louis over Milwaukee 6-1 yesterday, and actually St. Louis will take on Pittsburgh tomorrow. I was just noticing their schedule. That's who the Cubs beat yesterday. Right now, we've got your Redbird recap.
Maybe later.
Okay, sounds good. They had a 4-run second inning, and today the afternoon game starts at 12:10. And you'll hear the action here on ESPN 93.5. And that could be your only source for the game.
Yeah, no TV. I am understanding, however, it might be a little Facebook. Believe it or not. It's weird.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, you just listen to 93.5.
Exactly.
Listen to radio on FM. It sounds awesome.
Cubs over the Pittsburgh Pirates 8-6 yesterday with John Lester getting the win. Today, Kyle Hendricks to the mound against Pirates' Joe Musgrove. And we had Kyle Schwarber and Anthony Rizzo with some big hits yesterday. And you'll hear the action here on US 105.9 just after 6 tonight. Cleveland over the Chicago White Sox 7-3. They'll have a game in Cleveland this afternoon. locally, the Parkland Cobras are advancing in the NJCAA tournament in the postseason. They'll be taking on Scottsdale next. Game 2 in the NHL quest for the Stanley Cup, with the Knights on top 1-0 over the Washington Capitals. So Vegas very excited about their inaugural season and having a chance to win that Stanley Cup. Kevin Love in concussion protocol, unclear if he'll play with Cleveland against Golden State tomorrow, but that's trending in sports also. Serena in the second round in the French Open. Maria Sharapova, Rafael Nadal, and former Illini Kevin Anderson all advancing. Speaking of Illini, Nick Hardy on the golf team, our first team All-American choice. Congratulations to him.
Yep, awesome job, Nick Hardy. What a career, along with Dylan Meyer. Heck of a golf stint here in Champaign-Urbana. They're going to join a long list and a growing list of golfers that leave here and get a check. That is hard to do, my friends, but both Dylan Meyer and Nick Hardy will earn money playing golf somewhere. And maybe even the PGA. Let's check your weather.
High 81, low 71, chance of rain at 80%. Otherwise, partly cloudy today, partly cloudy and a 20% chance of showers tomorrow. Warm with a high 95, low 69. 89 the high on Friday, up to 86 with sunshine expected on Saturday. Right now we're at 77. ESPN 93.5.
Check your Fox Business Minute, see how these markets are going to open. That'll be coming up here next. Don't forget, local janitorial supply company CMI, online at CMIClean.com. They serve Central Illinois. All of your cordless backpack vacuums, all of your machinery you'll need. It's all at CMIClean.com. Locally owned and operated, Betsy and Brad Parks. 359-6262, CMIClean.com. 820 ESPN 93.5.
From the Fox Business Network, the labor market may be cooling slightly this month. Private employers added 178,000 new jobs in May as measured by payroll company ADP. The number is weaker than forecast. 21st Century Fox has scheduled a June 10th meeting for shareholders to vote on Walt Disney's offer to buy the company's entertainment assets. The sale would not include Fox News. Comcast has said it's preparing its own offer for the business. If that bid comes, Fox could postpone the vote. 21st Century Fox is parent company of Fox News. Stock futures are pointing to a modest rise at the open today. It's believed investors were selling yesterday, concerned about the potential for another Italian election that could push the country toward leaving the Eurozone. The Dow is down 391, NASDAQ lost 37, S&P down 31. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, a crashing economy. Are you ready? At best, your local stores have a 3-day supply of food. Will your family have to fight over what's left? Be wise and be ready with 25-year shelf life Wise Food Storage. Try it free. Order a no-obligation free sample meal, and for a limited time, get a 10% discount and free shipping on all orders. Call for your free sample now. 800-787-1010. 800-787-1010.
Need new tires? How would you like to save $250 on a set of 4 select Goodyear tires? Right now at CarX Tire and Auto, get up to $250 in savings when you purchase a set of 4 Goodyear tires by using the CarX Drive Card credit card. Your CarX man has the right tires for your vehicle at any of his 12 Central Illinois locations. And now up to $250 off. See your Champaign or Danville CarX man today. Shop tires online or book an appointment at CarX.com.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. There's no better place to buy all your trees, flowers, mulch, and rock than Country Arbors Nursery. 30,000 perennials and hundreds of thousands of annuals right here in Urbana. And we don't order in our trucks. Our perennials and annuals are grown within feet of where you're buying them. Millions of plants, bulk rock, and mulches, and delivery and or planting on everything we sell. And if you'd like to leave everything to the pros, Country Arbors has a full landscaping service as well. There's a reason why we've become Champaign-Urbana's favorite garden and landscaping center. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery in Urbana or go to countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
Celebrate Asian Pacific American Heritage Month with Macy's as we honor generations of art, culture, and vibrancy. You're invited to Macy's stores across the country for in-depth discussions, cutting-edge demonstrations, and so much more. Be here as we turn the spotlight on Asian traditions and their influence on film, television, fashion, beauty, and the culinary arts all month long. Find an Asian Pacific American Heritage Month event at a Macy's store near you and join the celebration at Macys.com/events.
ESPN 93.5. It's not my old friend Mark Schultz.
Yay.
How are you, Mark?
Hello, I'm doing great.
Mark Schultz and I worked together 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And you went off Neil and Windsor.
Yeah. We went off and got married and have kids, and your kids are not babies anymore.
Married kids, one's a teenager, one's a teenager,
Come on,
and there you go.
Mark Schultz now works for the Urbana Park District. You got Neighborhood Nights, and Diane Ducey's going to be at the microphone tonight. What is Neighborhood Nights again?
Neighborhood Nights is where we go out to Urbana Parks and invite the neighborhood to come out and have a great time. Bring a picnic lunch or a picnic dinner. Sometimes they really do it upright, check tablecloth and everything.
Really? Wow, it's true.
And you listen to live music.
Does it cost any money?
No, free.
Wow.
Totally free.
Every Wednesday, I think we go 10 weeks. I know they're taking the 4th of July holiday week off, so that makes sense. But different bands and different parks every week.
That's right. Live music and local music. Local music comes in. And tonight we are at Carl Park, and it's the Impalas featuring Kename, a blues group.
Yes.
At Carl Park, and that's the park right across the street from Urbana High School.
How many people come to this?
Hundreds.
Yes,
of people.
It's true. 200 is a light cloud. I've seen 500, especially with Surreal Deal, the finale at Meadowbrook Park. Huge following of them.
It's fun, and you know what? This will show my age. But outside, the music isn't too darn loud because I can't hear. It goes up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it goes up, not straight in your ear.
I'll just back into the baseball diamond if I need to. I'll just back up.
Now, some of these parks are off the beaten path, so if you want to go to urbanaparks.org and find out where the location is, Carl Park right across from Urbana High School tonight. But some of these parks also, because they are kind of tucked away in the neighborhood as intended, they don't have facilities sometimes. So just keep that in mind as you head out and use the restroom beforehand. And if you need bug spray, they have that. They have free popcorn and lemonade while supplies last.
And you get a naturalist out. You can talk a little bit of nature, and the kids can get their hands on some nature out there in the park. So it's a lot of fun. Now, if there's a rain out, same time the next day. And if there's ever a rain out night, just watch social media, and we'll be letting you know. But hey, it looks good for tonight at Carl Park.
Okay. Hopefully.
All right. Is the whale still out at the pool? Crystal Lake Park?
Yes.
The whale?
Okay.
I believe he's still there, yes.
Yeah. The one from Lincoln Square?
I crawled on that when I was a boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we were at capacity all weekend.
At the pool?
At the pool.
Yeah.
99 degrees will do that.
Yeah, it will, and it's going to be 95
Plus,
tomorrow.
radio gets results too, Mark.
Yes, that's right.
We had a live broadcast over with our
when we
Josh
thank you for
Surprise
that.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good time to go to the pool.
Absolutely.
Mark Schultz, Urbana Park District. Thank you, my friend. Great to see you.
My pleasure. Great to see you.
Mark Schultz, ESPN 93.5, 826.
Hi, I'm Habib, and this is your Motivational Minute. Procrastination is often a hindrance to our success. We may believe that procrastination affects only our today, but in fact, a year from now, we may wish we had started today. Think of it this way. If you delay planting flowers, you're delaying the blooms. Can you imagine if a farmer this spring, day after day, did not get out of bed to plant? If he does that, he will lose his harvest in the fall. You see, someday is not a day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are days of the week. Someday is not a day of the week. So let's stop saying, someday I will start doing such and such. Make that someday today. And here's a way to sharpen your skills. 2 excellent leadership events are scheduled. The Global Leadership Summit in August and John Maxwell's Live to Lead in November. I'm offering you the chance to attend both for the price of one. An excellent opportunity for personal growth. Go to HabibHabib.com to buy tickets. And remember, someday is not a day of the week.
I'm Habib, and this was your Motivational Minute.
Hey, next time you pay for parking, forget the spare change and use Mobile Meter instead. It's available all over Champaign-Urbana, and it's the easiest way to pay for parking. Download the Mobile Meter app, store your credit card information, then select how long you want to park. That easy. Download the Mobile Meter app or go to mobilemeter.us.
If you're looking for a great car dealership, look no further than Honda BMW of Champaign. Ben Quattrone and his team just received the Honda President's Award in 2017, meaning they're one of the best Honda dealerships in America. They offer great deals. They have a tremendous service department with problems fixed right the first time and customer service that'll keep you coming back. So before you buy, make sure you give the award-winning Honda BMW of Champaign a chance to earn your business. Just off Neal at Burwash and Savoy. Online, drivechampaign.com. All right, text line 359-2255. We were talking about Starbucks shutting it down for racial training.
Yeah, Richard was saying the manager was following store policy, asking the two guys to leave. Starbucks threw her under the bus, not letting anyone purchase and stay in the store who did not purchase and stay in the store.
Was it because they were African American or because they were in the store and they shouldn't have been because they weren't paying customers? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe she was biased and racist. I don't know her.
Well,
I'm just saying that as a rule, when you get into people coming in off the street using bathrooms, you can't do that without being a paying customer. You go find a public restroom. A business didn't make the bathroom for you to come in off the street and use.
Well, they're saying that Starbucks didn't make the best choice, making her the villain, and this person isn't going to go to Starbucks, saying it's a worthless company.
Plenty of coffee places to visit.
You're right.
You got a lot of choices. I remember in 1988, Janet had a business meeting in Toronto, and I went with her. And there was something called the Second Cup, and it was one of those express, fast, cool coffee places. And this was before the Starbucks.
I know.
And I said, this would work, man. Of course, I didn't know anything about it.
Exactly. And
But
I was the same
trend.
way in Seattle, where Starbucks started, visiting my sister Linda, and had the same
What year
kind
was
of
that?
experience. Like late 80s.
So it would have been about that time when Toronto had it. It was Toronto's kind of forward-thinking she.
Agreed.
Anyway, this coffee thing, you don't have to go to Starbucks. You can go to a lot of places. Espresso Royale is pretty big around here.
Also, a comment about the 38 gallons of pop per year that we mentioned drinking, Pepsi or something is 37.5 pounds of sugar. Coke is 34.8 pounds of sugar. That's just in pop. Imagine adding all the other processed
Well, that's
food.
good because we know that the average person in America has a half a pound to a pound of sugar a day.
That's crazy.
That is nuts. And most 90% of those people that have a half a pound to a pound a day would say they don't. They say, I don't do that. Okay,
Start watching the labels.
Count them and let me know. You're going to be at 250 before noon. It's nuts. 250 grams is half a pound. Okay, we're right back. Let me just preach at you more. 8:30 ESPN 93.5.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. The Secretary of State Mike Pompeo heads to New York today to meet with a top North Korean official, Kim Yong-chol, about possible talks between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
He is a former spy boss and the current vice chair of North Korea's Workers' Party. At 72, he has served not just Kim Jong-un, but North Korea's two previous leaders. He's a trusted confidant of the regime's ruler, and he has twice met with Mike Pompeo.
Fox's David Lee Miller in New York. There are evacuations downstream from the Lake Tahoma Dam in North Carolina. It was hit by a landslide after heavy rain. Rochelle Bailey's with McDowell County Emergency Management.
The side where the landslide was may have been affected structurally a little bit. But we don't expect a full dam breach or break.
She says about 2,000 people are affected by flooding in the area. Fox News. We report. You decide.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. A lawsuit has been filed against the city of Champaign and two police officers. WCIA says in October of last year, Alton Corey was arrested after police responded on a report of battery. His lawyers have now filed suit, alleging excessive force, false arrest, malicious prosecution, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. If you have a router at home, the FBI wants you to reset it in order to help thwart a cyber attack that it says agents of a foreign government are using against U.S. citizens. USA Today says last week, security researchers at Cisco's Cyber Intelligence Unit warned of the attack, that malicious software had infected about 500,000 consumer routers in 54 countries. So, the FBI said anyone with a small office or home office router should reboot the devices to stop the malware. The FBI said the scope of the attack is significant. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
I talked to a person yesterday. She was, a little older, but it'd been a while since I talked to a person who did not own a what?
Phone.
A computer.
Okay.
Pretty rare.
Right.
I think even our older generation is now kind of locked into a computer for email.
So she did have a cell phone?
No. I didn't ask her cell phone. I was on her home line.
Okay, gotcha.
It's definitely a 356. But she did not have a computer.
Okay.
And you don't generally talk to anybody without a computer anymore. Because usually the kids of the family want to email them.
Yes.
So they can communicate. Sometimes you Skype and you see each other. But rare. I'm trying to think of my house without electronics. That would be interesting. Most of our stuff is phones because you can do everything on them now.
You ever watch that 700 Club news? Well, they had a special thing on this.
Matt Robertson. My mom loves that. Yeah.
The solar flare-ups that are happening and studying the sun and releasing at the end of July this, satellite capsule or whatever that's going to be studying that. And they said there was a solar flare-up that could happen that could just take out our electronic grid.
Take it out?
Yeah. All over America.
Not temporarily?
And I was like, what?
What are you talking about?
And Pat Robertson was like, yeah, they're working on it, but they keep putting it on the back burner, and I get concerned. And what would life be like without electricity?
Well,
like,
let's go back 20 years. I think we still had a cell phone. 30 years, you had the big bag phones in the car. But, think about that. If you drive around, so much of the phone I like for safety because you can always get hold of somebody really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Somebody breaking into your house, you have a phone call 911 really fast. You don't have to run to the hardwired phone. You're stuck in a car, flat tire somewhere, you have a phone.
Yeah.
But all the business we get done on it with emails and texts and all these other things, I don't know. It's life without our phones, and I just can't imagine because we just are so totally in. I mean, we're just all in. We're evolving technology, but go back and actually go to the post office, buy a stamp, buy those envelopes at Walgreens, write them a little note and put it in the mail. Post office is like that. 8:35, here's your weather.
High 81, low 71, 80% chance of thunderstorms. Otherwise, partly cloudy today, partly cloudy tomorrow, warmer. High 95, low 69, 20% chance of rain. Sunshine as you wrap up the week Friday and start the month of June with a high 88, low 58, 78 now on ESPN 93.5. And a text coming in with a comment about the Starbucks. If a customer comes into your place of business and they use a service you offer for free, how is that abusive?
They expect you to buy something. Why would you? They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for the customer. You're not a customer if you come and totally use their stuff without paying anything. Sorry. It's not there for you. It's there for their customer. Now, buy a cup of coffee. All right. You can stay 2 hours. I guess. That's what a lot of people do.
Comment also coming in on 359-2255 about vagrancy in the state. I looked that up, the state of living as a vagrant or homeless.
Listen, if you are globbing on somebody's internet, if you go to Panera, you ought to buy a cup of coffee. It isn't that expensive. It's kind of the whole idea of it. They're not doing it because they like you. They're doing it to make money. And they might like you. Bottom line, if you're going to go use a business, buy something, $1, whatever it is, buy something. Be a patron. Tanya J. Powers would never go into a Starbucks without paying for something. She wouldn't hang out all day and use it as her office. No way. How are you?
Do I have to answer that question?
She's done that.
No, but she's never, like the guy I spoke of doesn't use it as her office for 6 hours. I mean, really, I saw the guy have papers all over the booth.
Right.
I'm Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I've not done that, but I will totally admit that I have written more than one radio story while drinking coffee in a Starbucks.
What's wrong with that? That's what you're supposed to do. Unless you bought your coffee at the gas station and walked across the Starbucks and used their table. Anyway, it's Tanya J. Powers. I'm kind of indifferent to Roseanne. I've never really been a fan. I was intrigued by the success of her new show. It's a shame when people kind of goof it up, and it's so unnecessary. This morning she says it's the Ambien that she was under the influence. That's why she tweeted, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does. That's one of the things. And by the way, she said she was going to get off of Twitter, but she keeps tweeting, even within the last hour. I mean, there's been a tweet storm overnight of things. And it's funny, she will say that she's taken responsibility for this and that it was her fault, and she, understands that, and that asks people not to defend her. And then she will retweet somebody doing exactly that, defending her. So, kind of an interesting Twitter feed going on.
You know what? It's a head shaker. It's too bad. They were back. They were making money. Everybody was working. It was a lot of production people lost their job this morning and are just dizzy. They can't believe what happened to that show. Anyway, it's just one of the dangers of social media and, drunk, Ambien, cocaine, whatever you do, if you push send, it could hurt you.
Oh, it can. I mean, and it has consequences. It's like a lot of people keep arguing, well, what happened to the First Amendment? Well, the First Amendment means you have the right to free speech. You do not necessarily have the right to be free of consequences of that free speech.
That's right. You can be stupid. You can do whatever you want, but you might suffer the consequences of all that. Okay, maybe it's a learning moment for folks with social media that you never push send unless you're really, really sure.
That's true. You're right.
I think if you live in a world where there's a lot of inappropriate thoughts and behavior, you have a better chance of stuff like that coming out. So I'm sure there have been awful things said about all kinds of people that have never seen the light of day from very famous people. And if you live like that and you use language like that and stuff, there's a better chance of coming out because you're kind of used to it. It's kind of the lingo in your world. So there is that.
Yeah, it can be. You're right.
It's just easy. Tanya's too easy, man, to put stuff out there. And it can bite you, and it bit Roseanne pretty big here.
It did. Yeah, it's cost a lot of people their jobs, too.
Tanya J., always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tanya J. Powers, Fox Radio reporter in New York City. It was the Ambien, not me, that tweeted.
A lot of social media about this. Here's, why can't anybody have their own opinion anymore without someone throwing a fit?
Well, because you can. It doesn't mean that there won't be a reaction to your, opinion. You can put whatever you want out there. But if you're going to reference a human being with a monkey, you're probably going to get in trouble.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to compare Planet of the Apes, now in her world, that might have been a knee slapper. I mean, it's just some people, you've heard people say jokes that are just like, really?
Yeah.
And you say,
I used to tell those jokes.
Well, it's just not, doesn't do you any good. It just doesn't do you any good. There's just things that you put yourself around and involved in and stuff, and some of it's okay, and some of it's great, and some of it's not so good.
Right.
And you try and avoid the not so good. But certainly tweeting out something so racially charged in this environment, in any environment, it's wrong.
Right.
But in this environment, you're going to get bit. And she got bit, and fine. It's her deal. She goofed up. That's the consequences of that.
She just needs to lie low for a while.
Yeah,
and she'll resurface.
Over. She's done. She's already whatever age.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was her comeback, and amazing.
And a big comeback.
It was.
I mean, that was
18 million people.
Yeah.
Hard to get anybody to watch 18 million viewers on any show. I mean, it's this fragmented city.
She's 65.
Yeah, 359-2255, 359-2255. You want to text in any thoughts? You run over and see our good friends over at Honda BMW in Champaign today. Honda BMW is at drivechampaign.com, and being the end of the month might be a really good time to make a deal. They like to close out their months and get the car count up and everything else. They got pre-owned as well. Good people there as well. And the BMW side, where, in fact, if you ever are, I don't know how you would be, but if you ever are in their showroom with a bowl of spaghetti and drop it, you could eat it right off the floor. Crisscross applesauce. Say hey to Ben Quattrone, Honda's President's Award winner. It's the top 10% dealer in the country. The top 10% Honda dealers is right here off of Neil at Burwash in Savoy, drivechampagne.com.
One of the latest comments as I search Roseanne says, I'm not a racist. I'm just an idiot who made a bad joke.
That might be true. That might be very, very true. You say
claim she's leaving Twitter, but
well,
just
she
can't
said
seem to log
she
off.
She said that yesterday.
She keeps saying every other comment, I'm going to leave, but just after this.
But it is. I mean, regardless of what you think of her, it's too bad. There's other people involved in that show than her.
It says, all told, she's posted more than 100 times since the incident.
I can't type that fast.
Okay.
I mean, there are some pretty good tweets out there with people that tweet a whole bunch. And depending on what business you're in, you might have information. Like Jeremy Warner has 17,000 Twitter followers. He has Illinois information. White Sox, Cubs, Cardinals, he has information. That's useful. Some of the stuff about your opinion and stuff, which is when I get around to tweeting, is usually just opinion stuff. It's, some might like it, some might not.
I had a friend who posted, when I take Ambien, I eat grape nuts naked on my couch. Let your true colors fly.
Is that what Ambien does? Is an Ambien prescription?
It's supposed to help you sleep and relax.
Well, so does NyQuil. I can buy that at Walgreens.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Is Ambien prescription?
I don't know, but I looked it up earlier.
Can you go buy Ambien at the drugstore, or do I have to get a doctor? Anyway, I don't know anything about Ambien. Never had it.
Prescription needed.
And
consult
for
a doctor.
Sleeping? So melatonin won't
avoid
work?
alcohol.
Oh, I doubt if she did that. I think that's a double dose of... I don't know. So she took Ambien. She tweeted
helps you with your sleep problems, insomnia.
Valerie Jarrett was a combination of Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Lost her gig. Unbelievable. 844.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your Trane comfort specialist. Right now is a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system from Lands. For a limited time only, we're offering 0% interest for 6 years. That's no interest with equal payments and approved credit for 6 years on any qualifying Trane system. Or, here's another way you can save on a new Trane heating and cooling system from Lands. Trade in your old system. For a limited time, you can get a $1,000 trade-in allowance on any qualifying Trane system. So pick your best deal. No interest for 6 years or a $1,000 trade-in allowance and start saving. Call 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
See Lands for program details. Call 888-653-0051 for details about credit costs and terms. Regular APR is 28.99 for newly opened accounts. APR may vary, subject to credit approval.
DP Dough is the original Calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original Calzone company.
Hi, it's Stevie J. When I needed a new roof, I called Roof Doctors. Actually, called a lot of roofing companies to get estimates. But I felt great talking to Randy. I felt that he was honest, reliable, and affordable, and I felt I could trust him. You know what? I was right. They did a terrific job. After they did my roof, I had them do my mom's roof. You know how much you have to like a company to recommend to your mom? With 30 years of experience and the best warranties, call today for a free estimate at 328-7529 or go to roofdoctorsco.com. Sports headlines, Diane.
Sorry, we were just going to John Goodman and his response to the Roseanne.
What's he say?
It just says, not feeling good.
No, so he lost his gig.
Right.
I mean, John Goodman's, probably doing fine, but I don't know what he's getting per episode of the new Roseanne. Probably $100,000, $300,000. I mean, pretty good.
Beyond mad, spotted in New Orleans, gloomily walking his dog after the
John
news
Goodman?
broke. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think he hangs out in the Crescent City.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6-1 was the final yesterday with the Cardinals on top. An afternoon game at 12:10 here on ESPN 93.5. Tomorrow, the Cardinals will face Pittsburgh And the Cubs have been beaten up on the Pirates. 8-6 was the final yesterday. They've got a game at 6:05 tonight. Cleveland over the White Sox. Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Knights are on top 1-0 over Washington right now. And in the French Open, Serena in the second round in tennis. Maria Sharapova, Rafael Nadal, and former Illini Kevin Anderson also advancing.
All right.
Pat Benatar, Neil Girardo are coming to the Virginia Theater on Friday, June 15th. You could win tickets in the morning show on ESPN 93.5 from Stevie J and I. Make sure you tap into our phone line at 359-2255 and get ready to win. Tickets are on sale now at thevirginia.org with Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. A very intimate acoustic evening. Win from the Champaign Park District, the Virginia Theater, and ESPN 93.5.
Geico presents eyewitness interviews with inanimate objects.
This is Belinda Collins, live on the scene of a recent kitchen fire. Here to describe the event, a refrigerator.
I was just chilling, keeping some lettuce and dairy products cold, when the toaster starts shooting sparks. Next thing I know, he lit a cabinet on fire.
Did you try and stop the flames?
I'm a refrigerator, not a fireman.
Your refrigerator can't help with a kitchen fire, but the Geico Insurance Agency can help you get covered for personal property damage. Go to geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
You check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit, compare your card. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Illinois presents Golf for Kids' Sake on Friday, June 8th with a shotgun start at 12:30 p.m. at Lake of the Woods Golf Course in Mahomet. The entry fee is $125 per golf or $500 per team. That includes 18-hole green fees, lunch and dinner, beverages. For more information, please contact James Benson at 355-2277 or visit bbbscal.org. Presented by Ameren, Illinois and Walmart. This is Golf for Kids' Sake.
Great food, great selection, great atmosphere. That is Addie's Bar and Grill at Stone Creek Golf Club. Addie's is the place for casual, relaxed dining with friends, pub-style food, a full-service bar with 12 beers on tap, and 11 flat-screen TVs to cheer on your team. Their private dining areas are great for your next party, too. For an online menu, visit addies.net and follow them on Facebook and Twitter for daily food and drink specials. Make Addie's your neighborhood destination. Off Stone Creek Boulevard in Urbana. It's something to come back for. All right, it's Tim Anneberry. He's our law enforcement official of the month. And people just really commend you on your demeanor, on the fact that when you approach a situation, is it just training? Is it instinct? How do you know how to react?
I'm the youngest of 6 kids. I've been married for 15 years. I started this job when I was single. I was 24 years old when I started. When I came on, I was the new guy. Now I'm the old guy. But when I came on, the department was full of old guys. I had the pleasure and the luxury of watching them work. Mm-hmm. My first training officer was Officer Greg Campbell, now retired. He taught me so much in my first 6 weeks on the street in the police department that to this day, I evaluate my own performance by the standard that I think he would evaluate me by. So if I think it passes Greg Campbell's muster, then I think I've done the right thing the right way.
It feels more dangerous, is it?
It's different. I don't know that it's more dangerous. It's different.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
Geico presents eyewitness interviews with inanimate objects.
This is Belinda Collins, live on the scene of a recent kitchen fire. Here to describe the event, a refrigerator.
I was just chilling, keeping some lettuce and dairy products cold, when the toaster starts shooting sparks. Next thing I know, he lit a cabinet on fire.
Did you try and stop the flames?
I'm a refrigerator, not a fireman.
Your refrigerator can't help with a kitchen fire, but the Geico Insurance Agency can help you get covered for personal property damage. Go to geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Here's checking one more forecast. ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast. National Weather Service.
Up to 83, down to 70, 90% chance of thunderstorms throughout the day. Partly cloudy, high 95 tomorrow, down to 69. As we start June and wrap up the week, we've got a high 88, low 59. Into the weekend, partly cloudy, up into the mid 80s. 79 now on ESPN 93.5.
All right, again, the Cardinals are on I believe it's 11:20 for a 12:15 first pitch.
Mm-hmm.
There's no television, my friends. Must listen on ESPN 93.5, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals. By the way, I think we're the only station that goes to Gilman. In driving to Chicago over the weekend, I was able to get us near Kankakee.
Nice.
But there's nothing up there.
Okay.
I checked the Cardinal affiliate to see if I could find another station.
Oh.
And we're like north.
Go Cardinals.
We're like the north.
ESPN 93.5.
And maybe Paxton has it. I don't know who else has the Cardinals, but certainly if you go north, it's us. As you drive, ESPN will get to Gilman pretty easily. And then again, for whatever reason, on that Friday I was driving up there, it was getting further. Cubbies, they've got those Pirates tonight, and they're stretching out their legs. That slide by Anthony Rizzo was illegal. That according to the baseball officials in New York. Joe Torre talking to Joe Madden, who disagrees. And in the old days, taking out a catcher or anybody is kind of good hard baseball. Anthony Rizzo came into home plate and clipped the legs out from the catcher who threw the ball wildly and 2 runs scored. It didn't matter. Pittsburgh didn't score that game. They won 7-0, 3-0, whatever. They're gonna win the game. Well, boy, the Pirate fans got mad at AR.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it was an illegal play. The umpires should have called interference. They didn't. Joe Madden disagrees, says, hey, you see an MRI, 2 doctors might disagree. So, but in the old days, again, that was a good play. But you can't go after guys in the slide anymore.
We've got a lot of text in. One person saying, I lose you south of Arcola, but if I drive on 49, I've got you all the way to Paris.
Well, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Directional.
Right.
But yeah, I can get us ESPN south to Charleston.
Okay.
And north to Gilman. I can get us in Danville. And probably not much further than Farmer City to the west. Maybe Downs. Probably not that far. But yeah, ESPN 93.5 will put that new tower up. She's got a pretty good kick. All right, last thing. Go to RadioRefunds.com and save money. There are some great gift cards for half off.
Heading to Monticello for that steeplechase
coffee.
Steeple coffee.
Steeple coffee, former church, I think. Into a coffee place.
Saturday night, I was at Humble Hog and Harvest Ale House in Paxton Ben's. Awesome.
Good food.
Yeah.
And then Old Orchard, those are brilliant. $50 for 25.
Cubs fan, high-fiving Scott while you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott Lutz. And you got the golf, the bowling, and the pizzas and the salads. All right, we'll talk tomorrow. All
right, enjoy the day.
Diane Ducey, I'm Stevie J. Stand by. The Jeremy Warner program is next. Tay and Carp this afternoon. And again, Cardinal baseball on the air at 11:20 as the Cardinals and Alex Reyes is back. Come on. We need you. Can't wait to see how he looks. Thank you for listening. I'm Stevie J. Have a great Wednesday.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign can help you get to a better state because he will talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign, 367-1105, and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Sure, we've been called a mom and pop store. We take it as a compliment. After all, we are family owned and operated with 2 generations actively involved, and 5 of our team members have been with us for around 20 years each or longer. We run our business with old-fashioned customer service as our foundation, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Add our great selection of hand-picked mattresses, all proudly made in the USA at guaranteed lowest prices, and we're sure you won't find a better deal anywhere. Visit us and experience the Illini mattress difference today.
A pipe burst and the basement begins to fill, putting the picture albums and the family heirlooms in danger. You can't plan on it, but you can plan for it by making sure you're ready for whatever happens with Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana at 355-0077. With their mobile site at ServeProChampaignUrbana.com bookmarked, the 355-0077 programmed into your phone. When the things that matter most are on the line, you'll know that they are too. Make sure you're ready by planning with the trusted professionals of Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana, like it never even happened.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel a bit like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the bigger picture and make sound financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign. Call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit, compare your card. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
West Main Dental in downtown Urbana and Illini Smiles Dental Care in Champaign focus on preventative dental care to keep your teeth healthy and strong. They can also help improve your smile with a variety of teeth whitening products. And in the month of May, they have some great specials. Getting married this summer, have an upcoming event or reunion? Look your best and save this month with teeth whitening products available at West Main Dental and Illini Smiles Dental Care. Choose the in-office Zoom whitening for quick in-office results. And right now it's buy one, get one free. Perfect for newlyweds getting ready to tie the knot. West Main Dental and Illini Smiles Dental Care also offers a take-home teeth whitening kit, and they'll create custom trays to fit your mouth. Get the take-home teeth whitening kit on sale now for just $99, or get a $75 to-go kit with disposable trays. Get that bright smile you've been dreaming of at West Main Dental in downtown Urbana and Illini Smiles Dental Care in Champaign. In Urbana, call 607-1292 or westmaindental.com. And in Champaign, IlliniSmilesDental.com or 356-3335.
The buzz this time of year is nature's coming alive. Your yard is an important part of the special place called home. At Spring Green, it's our favorite time of year. For a limited time, new customers save 20% on Spring Green's full program. Nurture your outdoor space with Spring Green, your local lawn care professionals. They take special care of your lawn and landscape investment for a trouble-free lawn, because precise and well-timed applications encourage your landscape to grow and prosper. Their guarantee of satisfaction states, if you're not happy, they'll make it right or refund the entire cost of that application. Serving Champaign-Urbana and Mattoon Charleston for over 35 years. Call your local Spring Green at 217-359-2111, 217-359-2111, or on the web at spring-green.com for the convenience of America's neighborhood lawn care team.
Celebrate Asian Pacific American Heritage Month with Macy's as we honor generations of art, culture, and vibrancy. You're invited to Macy's stores across the country for in-depth discussions, cutting-edge demonstrations, and so much more. Be here as we turn the spotlight on Asian traditions and their influence on film, television, fashion, beauty, and the culinary arts all month long. Find an Asian Pacific American Heritage Month event at a Macy's store near you and join the celebration at Macys.com/events.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.